Hi guys, and welcome to the Euro Car Show. Today we're filming something very special. We're here in Romania, as you can see, in the middle of nowhere, and next to me I have my friend's Porsche Panamera 4E, which is a hybrid car, a very nice car by the way. He's one of my best friends and he trusted me with this car, which is a very expensive car. Hopefully everything went well. I test drove this car for about a week now, and I'm gonna give you my impressions now. But as usual, we're just gonna start walking around the car, showing you some details, because this car is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It's not gonna be very clean, I'm sorry, but look at the roads. It's not the, well, you get the point. But I really wanted to do it here. It really stands out because this car has technically nothing to do here, and yet you can still get about anywhere in the brand new Panamera. Look at those optional wheels, huge brakes, huge, literally. This car brakes like a mother. You get the point. And of course this is the e-hybrid, because this has, well, we're gonna talk about the engine in a minute, but basically this is the hybrid car, which is marked here, as you can see. Vents for the brakes. I'm not gonna go in detail. This is not a brand new car. This is a 2018 to 2019 car. And basically you've probably already seen a million reviews of this car, and yet I just wanted to give you an overview of my friend's car because I find it gorgeous in this spec, especially the interior, which you're going to see in a minute. But overall also the exterior looks pretty mighty fine in my opinion. Look at these exhausts. The note is quite nice. I mean, it's still a 2019 car, so the exhaust is not going to be the loudest, the poppiest, whatever. This is still like, well, a family car in a sense, and it shows, but it does have a raspy noise which I enjoy. You can of course look at the wheels again because they're very nice looking wheels. And the brakes in the back as well are rather large. Here you have the charging point, which of course will not open because this is a one-take video and I don't care. I'm not going to show you where you can put the fuel in and where you can charge the car, but basically you can charge it here and the fuel is on the other side. As well, you have the pop-up spoiler like every Panamera and Audi A7 obviously, and of course I'm not going to show you the trunk because it's full of stuff, and the car used to be very pretty and shiny when I took the out shots, which you're going to see in a minute in the video, but now it's dirty because I've been using it and test driving it a lot and I love it. Now I don't want to bore you with all the details on the outside because you know what, this is not the point of this channel. We're just quickly gonna move not to the interior but to the engine. I want to show you the engine and tell you a bit more about the engine. I've said the engine too many times. And again, like, look, soft close, of course, keyless entry and go. Like, you have all the options, which you're gonna see in a minute. Now let's look at what's hiding under the bonnet of this car. Porsche. Like, this is one of the most incredible brands in my opinion. I'm a very huge Porsche fan. So obviously this is a biased review. I know, yes, this is not a 911. Yes, this is blah 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 Audi. I don't care. This is a very good car. And as you can see, this has the 2.9 V6 e-hybrid. Well, that says this has a 2.9 V6 bi-turbo engine, a twin turbo, whatever. You know what? For a reviewer, I quite suck because I don't really know the difference. The point is, it has two turbos and they all work. You'll see that in the test drive in a minute. But yeah, basically this car develops, all combined with the hybrid powertrain and everything, it develops around 462 horses and a little over 700 Newton meters of torque, which is plenty enough to do whatever you want, maybe overtake or just go high speed on the highway. This car will do everything very fine. But now enough about the engine. Let me take you with me inside the car because this is where the magic happens. And you know what, I don't even know, should I start with the back? Yes, let's start with the back of the car. Look at those finishes. I mean, this is a very expensive car. This was over 144,000 euros back in 2018, 2019. And honestly, you know, the outside, it looks good. I like it. It's a Panamera, it looks premium, but where the magic really happens is on the inside, in my opinion. Like, look at these finishes. The leather is just amazing. It's very soft, very sumptuous. I really genuinely love the interior. Of course, it has the whole panoramic situation. It's just gorgeous. You have the tablet in the middle. which you'll see in a minute on. Maybe I should start the car to show you that, but basically from here you can control everything you want. Let me sit here. Oh, and I can sit behind myself. I can fit behind myself. There's no issue whatsoever. Like, there is enough space in the cabin of this car. Look how gorgeous it looks. I'm so in love. It's fine that this is not like a press car, because genuinely I've been driving this car for not that long, just less than a week, but I've been driven in this car quite a few times, and I genuinely love it from any position, maybe the driver's seat, passenger, or in the rear. It's just a very very interesting experience overall. You have the tablet, everything is controlled from here. The seats, you have heated seats, media. You can basically tweak anything you want from in the back here. You obviously have a armrest, and you have some storage here, but overall that's pretty much it, you know. Still, it's a quite driver's focused car in my opinion, and that's what the Panamera has over maybe other competitors, that it still focuses on the driver and not really, although it's a very large car and a big car which will accommodate 4 people in luxurious comfort, still this is a driver's focused car. Let's now jump in the front of the car. Let me get out and get in the front. This is the front of the car, of course. You can see finishes, piano black over here, the buttons, everything is very premium. From the leather, the materials used on the inside, everything feels very, very nice and looks very, very pretty. Let me sit inside the car. Look at this steering wheel. Like, come on. Porsche, they know how to make stuff. And, you know, I wasn't expecting anything bad from this Porsche because, again, I'm quite the fanboy. I know, I'm quite the fanboy, and it's Porsche. I'm gonna love it either way, but this is good stuff. Let me start the car. Hopefully the music won't. Yes, it did. Okay, now it doesn't. Perfect. Now you have the car and the whole console. As you can see, everything lights up here. We're in e-power mode, which is the full electric one. We can go hybrid. We can go sports with a nice rumble. And of course, sports plus. I'll show you more with the launch control and everything when we take it for a test drive. But basically, you drive. I drove the car mostly in hybrid. I don't really need sports or sports plus because I haven't taken this car in like to its limits or anything. So most of the time you're going to be sitting in hybrid. And of course in hybrid you have many commands here. I'm not going to go through all of them. There's so many reviews who have done it. So here you have the car commands. You know, you can raise the spoiler up, and then you can simply press down and the spoiler will retract. You can set the ride height, the stiffness, and every mode and everything you might want. You can do it from here. Of course, climate. Look, for example, I go to climate, I turn the AC on, I sync everything because I'm a maniac. And you know, you have all the vents, how you want to, you know, the air, where should it go, like that, like this, like it's very, very interesting. And you can see they move. It's very Porsche, it's very premium, it's very high-techy. So if you're that type of a person who loves new technology in a fucking amazing car, you're gonna love this car for sure. You have the navigation, and of course everything that's like Apple CarPlay, and of course everything like Apple CarPlay and all that. You know, you get all the stuff you might want. But here in hybrid mode, you have a very interesting thing. You can either hold the charge to a certain destination. You can obviously just drive it in auto and it's gonna do its thing just fine, or in e-charge mode, which will recharge the battery. As you can see, I have about 19 kilometers range, which is right around half the tank of, not the tank, but half the battery, sorry. And with the tank as well, I have another 108 kilometers on a quarter of a tank, which is overall interesting. Fuel economy, I mean, is it good, is it bad? I don't know. You can see in the past hour, I've driven the car quite hard and not in the eco setting, and I've averaged around 14.6 liters per 100 kilometers, but the battery was empty, and I tried to recharge the battery for the review so I can do, you know, all the launch control and all that and have the full power. So I think the car has an excuse, but it's rather efficient. I've driven it at night, you know, basically on national roads and not the highway, a bit on the highway, a bit, you know, in town and everything, and I got averages as low as 7.2, which is quite impressive given the size of this car. Of course, this has the chrono pack. It has so many options: heated seats, cooled seats. You know, I'm not even gonna go around all the options because it's a Porsche. It's a 144,000 euros car. Of course, you're gonna have everything, but something very quirky, which I need to show you. is where do you think the heated steering wheel is? Basically, where do you think it stands? It's right here. It's so weird. Like you have the button here and it will activate, and you have the button, which again, you can see it's activated in French, and you can see again, it's just very quirky to me. Why would you put it here? Still amazing car. Now I say it is time we take this marvelous beast for a test drive, and I can tell you more about how everything feels, the gearbox, the chassis, the seats, very comfy seats. So yeah, let's go for a test drive. Now that I'm behind the wheel of this car, I can tell you, God, it's relaxing to drive. Needless to say, this is not the most comfortable car, albeit the fact that it has air suspension and it's set up in a normal/comfy way right now. I'm in hybrid. Actually, I'm in full electric right now. Still not gonna be the most comfortable car around. It's still quite rigid. It has 21-inch wheels, so therefore, you know, all that makes it for a rather regular ride. On the comfy side when you want it to be, but not quite there. It's not on par with anything like a 7 Series or S-Class or anything like that. It's far from that. It's also not even close to the Maserati Gran Turismo GTS, but still, it's a very decent ride. But where this car shines, properly shines, is at hiding its weight. I mean, this car is 2.3 tons, right? It's a heavy car. By all means, it's a heavy car, and still it handles extremely well. Like, I was impressed by how well this car handles, and that's pretty much, after the interior, its main selling point. Like, it goes, and many cars, they can go in a straight line, that's for sure, but this one goes in a straight line, it goes on curves, it goes on bumpy roads, it's stable, it's accessible power. Like, you can use, it's usable. You don't have to be a pilot to be able to drive this car rather quickly on a curvy road. Also, you don't have to go to another car if that's your only car. It can also be, you know, daily, very comfortable, easy to use daily. Also, it can be a very interesting, sporty ride when you want it to be. Now, as I was saying, of course, this car goes. Let me show you. I'll put it in sports right now. We'll be making a right, and let's see, the engine kicked on, and now we have the go. Let's see. Like, it will move. Like, it does move. You can feel that this car is a well over 400 horses capable car, and the torque is there and everything is there, and it grips like this, and the gearbox, I mean, it's Porsche, right? It might be an Audi underneath with some tweaks in the end, but the tweaks, they make this package so much more interesting than an A7, for example. Is it worth the premium? I couldn't say, honestly. Like, I don't know, it's up to you. But I, for one, am a Porsche fan, therefore, to me, anything Porsche, as long as, you know, it respects the buyer by making quality products, and so far they have. Most of their cars are impeccable, I would say. Not all of them, but most of them. Point being, it's a good, solid brand with history. It's a brand that, you know, rewards its customers by giving them high quality products, and this is no exception. So I'm well seated, I'm comfortable. There's not that much road noise, although there is. Everything is open right now, as you can see. I have the climate control on, just the radios off, obviously for right reasons. But overall, this car is just a good package. Fuel consumption, as I was saying, I mean, it really will average from whether you charge it or not, whether you want to drive it sporty or you want to drive it. It's up to you. Like, I've been able to average on certain trips. For example, I've done last night 35 kilometers. And you know, not much traffic. I had some battery, but pretty much drove it in hybrid auto. Managed to average 7.2 liters per 100 kilometers. But earlier today, full traffic, no battery and everything, I was averaging somewhere around 14.6 if I remember correctly. Now it's at 15.3 after filming. I've done 61 kilometers exactly with the filming, with the launches and everything. So still think, if you consider the weight, the power and everything, it's still okay. It's not going to be the most eco-friendly car, but still, to me, it sounds like an okay compromise when it comes to power and fuel consumption. And that's pretty much it for me, for the Panamera, for e-hybrid, because I haven't driven this car that much as I used to. I don't really have much time to do reviews anymore, and that's more of an overview. Would I buy this car, to be honest with you? At 144,000 euros, I'm not sure I would, it's just not something in my niche, I would say. But if you're willing to wait for a second hand, a nice one that can come in somewhere at around probably half that, or at least a good chunk off, probably gonna get your worth when it comes to value for money. It's a good car as long as you can afford it. Just go for it. Now, thank you very much for watching. If you still want to see some videos like this, not quite reviews, but not quite not reviews, make sure to subscribe. Ever since I moved back to Romania, it's quite hard for me to manage my time and be able to do what as I used to do with press cars and everything. So I might start doing with my own cars. I have quite a few, and I don't think I've ever shown them to you. At least I haven't shown them so far. And yeah, well, if you're interested in seeing more, please subscribe and consider following me on Instagram, same name as the channel, for more content, pictures, you know, all that good stuff. Much love to you guys, and I'll see you with the next video. Bye bye.